So today we're doing the chapter applications. We're going to do 4 and 6. So I'm going to start with 4. The only thing that I'm going to have to do differently is change my numbers a little bit so that I'm not cheating. Okay, so I'm going to remove a couple, and that way we'll get slightly different numbers, but everything else will be the same procedure-wise. Sound good? So first off, we need to download this thing. So download the Excel, whatever. We're going to open it up. If you're using one of those laptops over there, it should now work, hopefully. Hello. Hello. I'm glad y'all are here. So if you don't have a laptop, grab a laptop. We're doing the chapter applications. Cool. Okay. And so one thing's, like, I'm just kind of going through some of the basics here. Enable editing is a required thing so that you can actually do stuff with it, you know. And I'm going to remove some of these data points, so you're not going to do what I'm doing. You're not going to do what I'm doing. I'm just going to remove these bottom ones. You're not going to do this. Okay? That's just me. Now we can go down the same path, okay? All right, let's go and see what they're wanting. So they want to select the height and the shoe size. And they're saying, is there a correlation between those? And think about it for a second. Do you have bigger feet? You would expect that person to be taller. Is that a yes? Humans that are taller have bigger feet? Okay, that's what we think, right? Well, let's see what the data says. At least this set of data, right? So I'm going to go through and see what it says. How we're going to do it is we're going to put height and shoe size in the column A and column B. And then I'm just going to insert a scatter plot. So let's do that. So I'm going to pull this up. Everything else we don't need. So we only need shoe size and height. So I'm literally deleting everything else. That's up to you how you want to do it, but I'm deleting it. And they say on the instructions that they want height in column A and shoe size in column B. So height, to move it into column A, I'm highlighting it, and then you see how, like, I hover on it and then there's like this little arrow thingy that pops up? Yeah, the little cross arrow thingy. And then that way I click and hold and drag it over and release. And same thing here. I'm going to click, drag, so I can select them, move it over, column B. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here. So far, are we okay with that so far? If you have any questions, let me know, okay? So I use delete button, and it's on the laptops up in, like, the top corner. But if I highlight something and hit, like, the delete button instead of the backspace, yeah. Hello. We're doing chapter applications. If you don't have a laptop, these laptops should now work. I pulled one up today with the Excel and it was working. I know last time it was a crazy thing. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that it's up to you if you really want to do that. But I think, yeah, I kept it. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Okay, cool. So, let me keep going. So we got those all set up, and it says, highlight everything, insert a scatter plot. So I'm going to highlight all the stuff, and then I'm going to go insert, and then scatter plot is going to be one of these guys over here. I think it's this little guy. It has, like, the dots on it and stuff. That's the one I want. It's not perfect. It definitely looks kind of ugly, but that's okay. We're going to make it look better. So I'm going to go back and do that one more time so you can see it, okay? Again, if you got any questions, I'm okay. Just interrupt me, okay? So I'm going to highlight all my stuff here. And I'm going to go insert, and then there's, like, the little scatter plot dot thingy over here. That's the one I want. Cool? Okay, I'm going to, and again, if you say, hey, Chad, go back, I'm okay with that at any moment. Now, that looks like it's all over the place, isn't it? And it doesn't look very good. Did y'all get, like, the 0, 0 in the corner here? Yeah, it's kind of, like, ugly. So let's see what else they're wanting for us to do here. It says, format the x-axis. The minimum should be 50. And then we're going to do a title and whatever else here. So what I do is I click on this thing down here. You see how, like, it's highlighting these numbers down here? And if I think I right click format axis or something like that, so I can get the options up. And I just want to change it. The minimum over here should be a 50. That's what they said, a 50. Okay. Personally, I think 60 would have been better, but whatever. 50. Is that okay so far? I'm really okay with like stopping and turning around, whatever you want, okay? Or coming to you. Okay. All right. Here we go. So it says add a trend line. So we basically right click, add trend line. We want linear, blah, 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 R squared. So to be able to do this, you have to click on one of these dots and see how like they're all selecting stuff, you know? And then once I click on one of them, I'm going to right click. So it's like you got to select it kind of like by clicking on it once, like left click. And then you right click to be able to get options. And I want to add trend line. Add trend line. Yeah, what's up? You want me to come? I'm coming. Okay, that's fine then. That should work. Yeah. It looks gross. Is it height and then shoe size? I think maybe you got to flip them. Hello. So yeah, I think height is first. Let me go check that real quick. So yeah, my height is in column A. Was that? Yeah. Cool. Hello. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Come on. Yep, you got it. What you got? Yep. Yep. Yes. Anything else I need? Yep, you got it. And not the shoe. You're good. Yep. Okay, now it's right. I like this more pink. I think that like the button further. So like I like maybe like you're good. So yeah, and then see there's a button right there. Gotcha. Cool. Okay. We're on the chapter 4 one, I believe. Chapter 4. Yep. You got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, good so far? Everyone okay? Okay, cool. Again, call me over any moment. I'm fine with that. So again, I click on one of the dots and then I right click on it, add trend line. Okay, and then it's gonna like, well, there's a line for you, but we want a little bit more. And so on the side, it should have some options. What I'm looking for is R squared in the equation in particular. It should already be under linear, but if not, click linear, of course. And you see how they came up with these like numbers here? That's important. We're going to use that for the answer. Yeah. Oh, then you're okay then. Then we're going to do the second one here in just a few minutes. Oh, well then you're good to go. Yeah, yeah, I haven't looked at I haven't looked at them. No. Yeah. Sorry. You're good though. Yeah, you're good then. Well, then that's all we're doing here. After we're done with these, we're done for the day. So you're cool. Whatever you do. Glad to do that. Yeah. You're fine. Minimize. Right. Click on the bottom numbers. Just make that. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. And see minimum. Very good. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Hey. You know, other professors would say no, but I'm going to say yes. Because basically at this point, and I'm going to just real quick, I'm going to get back to you in a second. At this point, I think I'm basically done with the work. And then we just simply answer a question or two and we're done with it. So what I want to do is I want to recap on what I did for everybody. That way we're all in the same place. You stop me at any moment and say, "Hey, Chad," and I'm going to come running. Okay. So are we cool with what I did up to this point? Those of y'all that saw me, right? So I'm gonna start over because I mean I deleted everything. I'm gonna start over, okay? Because we're done. That's perfect. What you're looking at is done, okay? So here we go. I'm going to reopen the Excel file from scratch. Enable editing. You with me now? I was doing this for you, man. Yes. Oh no, it's all Excel. Yeah. So enable editing. I'll wait for a second then. Since you're the one that requested it. I'm just glad you're here. And you're dressed differently today. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You tell me when you're in. I don't mind waiting a minute. You gonna share your cake with me? I'm joking. If y'all have questions in the way, I'm just waiting on Brendan here. So if y'all got questions, tell me. You're good? Are you in the chapter application? Okay, good. Yeah, pretty much. So starting from the beginning, I'm gonna delete everything besides. Oh, first off, I have to delete some stuff so we get different numbers. Okay, you're not gonna delete what I'm doing. So that's just me. Okay, now we can proceed. So I'm gonna delete everything besides the height and the shoe size. Again, how I delete is I select and I hit literally the delete button, and it goes away. Okay. They say they want height in column A and then shoe size in column B. So I'm going to basically highlight it and then drag it over. There's a lot of ways you could do this differently, but oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it. Definitely. Correct. That's true too. That's very true too. Yes, indeed. Cool. Are y'all with me on this? Yep, height and shoe size. That's what we're going to be doing the math on today. And then I'm going to highlight them. Yeah. Say it again. Move them? Oh yeah. So let's go back. So I have it all highlighted, and if you put your cursor on like the edge, it has like the little cross arrow thingy. I click and hold, and then I just drag it over and then release. Does that make sense? Perfect. And the same thing with the other guy. Yep. Yep. Definitely. Lots of different options for sure. Yep, that's right. So then I'm going to highlight A and B columns, and I'm going to go insert, and then the scatter plot, this one right here. Insert scatter plot. Okay. We'll start the other chapter application here in a second, but is that cool right now? Okay. So it needs to change the minimum to 50. So I'm going to click on these X numbers down here, the bottom numbers. Click on them, and then you can right click and say Format Axis. And I'm going to change it, the minimum, to a 50. They said change it to a 50. So that's what I was supposed to do. And now it looks a little bit better. They also say they changed the title. So this is shoe size versus height. I don't know. Whatever you want to put there. I'm not picky about the title. But we need a trend line. That's the main thing here. Yeah, what's up? 50 is the minimum. The maximum is whatever they gave you. I don't care. Yeah. Good. Oh, yeah, what's up? Okay. Oh, yeah. So I was highlighting this stuff, and I said insert, and then over here there's like the scatter plot stuff. Yeah. Cool. Yep. And then I changed my minimum, so I click on the bottom numbers, right click Format Axis, and change it to 50. So I'm going to click on one of these dots. Again, you click on it so you can select it, and then I right click on it to add trend line. So click on it to select it, then right click, add trend line, and it should be linear, but you really need to do the equation and the r squared, because that's going to tell you like the numbers, you know? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this out the way. I also want to zoom in a little bit so you can see it. So I got some numbers and stuff. We're going to use those numbers to get our answers here in a second, okay? And you should have different numbers than me. At this point, we're pretty much done with this. I think we have to upload it though, and I'm going to just triple check on that, okay? So it says, yes, upload your Excel spreadsheet. Perfect. So, yeah, what's up? I can come to you. Yeah, perfect. Place. Yeah. Oh yeah. Click on one of the dots and then right click and add trend line. Is that what you're looking for? Yes. Is there a trend line thing? This is not Excel, is it, or is it something else? Oh, it is. No, it's I don't know. That's fine. Here, add trend line. I don't know. That's not exactly the same thing. That's why I say Excel. It's close. There's something going on. I don't know. Look around a little bit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing there. Okay. So I'm gonna save this and then I'm gonna upload it. So save as. I'm just gonna put it on desktop. And I'm gonna say it's my pretty scatter plot. And you name it, whatever. I go back here. I'm going to upload an attachment. There you go. Yep. My pretty scatter plot. There we go. Sweet. Cool. Okay, now let's answer some questions. It says, based on your scatter plot, blah, 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 do you think that there is a correlation? So I can only answer for me because, again, my numbers are different than yours. But I have an R squared of 1%. Imagine you go in and take a test and you get a 1% on it. Was that a good thing? Not at all. Oh, hi, James. What's up, man? You can come on in, man. Yeah, happy to have you. So, yeah, 1%, not good. I don't know what number you got. You're not telling me, right? Because it's YouTube. Then everyone's going to know. But I'm going to say, yeah, that there's not a correlation. And they're saying R is equal to this. Now, hold on. That's not what we have. We have R squared. So it's a little different. So hold on. I need to take my number and I need to square it. So I'm going to go to Desmos for just a second. I just want to be able to, do a little bit of math here. Swoop. Sound effects included. And my R squared is 0.148. So that's the squared version. I want to reduce it down. I want to go not squared, but I need to get rid of that square somehow. How do I get rid of a square? Square root, exactly. The opposite is a square root. So I'm saying square root of this number. Again, I have a different number than you. I don't know what your number is. That's fine, though. So I did the square root, and I got a 12. Is 12% any good? You go on a test, get it, and 12%, no good, right? No correlation here. So let's where's my, oh, it's in here. So let's go and answer something like that. I mean, at least for me. So I'm still saying that there's no correlation. Now, I don't got a negative number. So yeah, it could be this. I know it's going to be one of these guys. So one thing about it, though, see, this is interesting. The negative part comes from the slope of it. You see how mine's going down a little bit? You see how my slope is a negative right there? So like that number in the front. So I'm thinking that we would get a negative number. I would have a negative number. Well, right. That's up to y'all. I don't know what y'all have. I would have a negative number. I would click this one because it's the closest thing. Mine again was 12. They say it's a 10. No, I've got different numbers. But I can't have them tell me. That's true. That's true. So yeah, I'm saying not correlation. I have a negative. I'm gonna submit that. Does anybody have any questions about what we just did? I started over from the beginning. Yeah, what's up? To this? Okay, cool. That's my choice. I don't know what y'all have, but that's why I chose it. Any questions before I'm done with that? Because we got one more and then we're done. Well, I mean, if you got a question, I'm okay with it. Yeah. Do you want me to come to you? Ask a question. I'm here for you. Or do you want me to come back? Like, you can come back to it because we'll be done with the other one probably in about 15 minutes. And then I can run around the room. Would you like that? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that then. Okay. So, I'm going to hit save, but you can hit submit. I'm fine with whatever you choose. Okay, here we go. Off to number 6. Oh, you're great, man. I'm glad you're here. See? Move wherever you need, man. All right, here we go. So number 6, this is a brand new style. Notice that the very first instruction says, get a new Excel spreadsheet. Do you see it? Brand new one. We're not using the old stuff. It's a brand new one. Now, so I'm going to pull up Excel, brand new. So like I'm getting rid of that. And however you need to find it, I click on the little Windows button, but then there's Excel. However you need to get Excel up, let's start it brand new blank. Are we okay with that so far? All right, good. So let's go and follow some of these directions. It says in A1, type successes, blah, blah, blah. And then in that column, you're going to go 0 through 10. Okay. So essentially, I'm going to write X successes. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a 10. That's what we want. I'm just following directions. Again, if at any moment I'm here to stop and talk about it. It says in B1, type in P of X, P equal to 1/2. I don't know, whatever you want to put there. I'm not picky about labels. But B2 is different. Notice that it has like a formula. And it starts with an equal sign. You have to type the equal sign, or otherwise it's not going to work. So equal sign, and all of a sudden Excel's like, oh, you got a formula. Here we go. Binom dot dist. I'm copying it word for word. A2 10.5 false. I'm going to try to zoom in on this so you can see. No, it's not going to let me. Let me zoom in a little bit. Is that going to? There we go. There we go. I'm literally copying it exactly what I see with the equal sign in the front there. If you have a question, you tell me. Say, hey, Chad, and I'll come running. Yeah? Okay. And you get a number. I don't know what that number is, but it's a number. And it says then we're going to drag it down all the way through all the B cells. So basically, we're just going to take this, highlight it, and then there's this little square thingy in the corner. And notice that when I hover over it, it's like a tiny plus sign, right? And then I'm going to click and drag it down, and then I release. And then we get all of our numbers. Let's start over. You're fine. You're fine. So let's just say I have it blank. Are you cool at this point? Perfect. So in this little block here, I'm going to type equal sign and then that binom dot dist A2 10.5 false, like a copy paste of what they have here. Enter, and I get like some numbers. I'm going to click on it again, and then you see how when I hover on that little box in the corner, it's like a plus sign? Click, hold, and then I'm going to drag it down, and then I release. And then it says numbers. Cool? Cool? Cool, good, okay, awesome. Now you do have the same numbers as I do, so I can't like give you full answers, but I'm going to try to be, I'm trying to be nice here and do what I can with you, of course. Okay, and that was all we had to do here. It says save the Excel, upload it, and we're done. Like that was it. Of course, they're going to have different questions. We'll talk about that, of course, and then we're going to talk about it some more. Okay, so that just upload. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to upload it. Here we go. So save as, and I'm just going to use my desktop again. And this will be my pretty binom. Oh, I already got one. I'll just do binom dist. My pretty binom dist. Do some of y'all upload it as my pretty something as well? Oh, okay. I actually get a lot of people like that replicate what I do. They're like, my pretty whatever. Okay. Again, I'm here for you at any moment. Are y'all okay with this? Yeah, go ahead. Correct. Yep. And that was it. Yeah. So here I did the equals binom.dist a2. Okay, hold on. I gotta go look at it. A2 10.5 false. Enter. Good so far with that. And then yeah, I click on it and then I hover and there's like this little plus sign in the bottom corner when I go to it. Click, hold, drag it down, release. Is it not working? Oh, I mean it's not perfect. I just didn't type it the same. Yeah, I was just like blah blah and yeah, labels don't matter to me that much. Cool. So now I've uploaded it. So now we're going to answer some questions, and I can't give you the answers because obviously I got the same numbers that you have, but I can at least get you in the right direction. Okay. So I'm going to answer this one truthfully, and the others I'm just kind of walking around them. Okay. So just this one I'll do actually truthfully. It says, what is the probability with hello? What's the probability with x greater than 1? What numbers are greater than 1? 2, 3, 4, you know what I mean, right? All the way in this case until 10. So I want all of the probabilities from 2 all the way through 10. And notice that I clicked on it and then I dragged it down to highlight them, kind of like I was going to move them or something like that. But I didn't want to move them on purpose. What you're looking at here is there's a sum at the very bottom corner. That's your answer. That little sum down there. Now you can do it other ways. You can do it with a calculator. You can pull some Desmos out. But the main thing is I want it quick, and this is the quickest way for sure. So sum. And so if you're looking at it, and I know it's really tiny, that's 989, and they say that they want it 3 decimal places. Perfect. So there we go. 989. That's my answer for the first one. That is a true answer, at least what I got. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Perfect. So the others I can't give you, but I can at least guide you in them if that's okay. And I'm going to show you what it would look like, okay? So I'm just going to imagine. Let's say that I have less than or equal to 3 and not 4, okay? So if I had a less than or equal to 3, I would choose all the numbers that are less than or equal to 3. And you see how I have a sum down there? What if instead of this one, it says probability of 4 less than x less than or equal to 7? What if I change a little bit and say I'm going to go from 5 and 8? Okay, so I'm just changing some numbers around. So if I had 5 and 8, it would say more than 5. What's more than 5 is 6, 7, and then including the 8. I can't give you that same number, but you can see, and I'm going to look at that sum for my answer. Okay. Now this one is an auto-graded thing. When you hit submit here in a few minutes, it's going to say you got it right or wrong. Okay. And if it's off by a decimal, I'll see that and add points. That's not a big deal to me. But yeah, is there any questions about what I was doing there? Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. So, do you want me to start over on this P right here on the top one? Okay, cool. So, to be truthful, it says more than 1. So that would start with 2 and onwards. So I'm going to click on the 2 version, the 2 number right there, and I'm going to drag it down. And so I'm highlighting all the numbers that are from 2 and more. And then down at the bottom, it has sum. has sum, and that's that answer. 3 decimal places is 989. We're good. And just replicate that style for all of them. So I'm highlighting some, or again, you can use a calculator, right? You good? You good? Good. Okay. So y'all answer the other ones. The last one is more of a talk about it, okay? Because there's nothing to upload. It's all just talking about it, but I want to talk about it with you guys. Are we cool with this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So talking about it, they're saying, hey, we're talking about binomial. Remember binomials like true, false, yes, no, cheese or no cheese, right? Heads or tails. And that's why they're talking about coins in particular here, right? Heads or tails. Isn't that binomial in a way? And so they're asking, hey, on the other one, we were flipping it 10 times, and we're seeing how many heads, and that's going to be our success, would be a heads. Why are these like related in a way, okay? Now, I want you to actually give it a good read. I'm not actually reading it very well. You're going to give it a good read, okay? And answer what you think. But essentially, I'm going to have a binomial would have a probability of 1/2, right? Because it's heads or tails. Isn't that a 50-50 shot, right? For heads. And I have my n is 10. So I guess this will be a p. And then I have my x is going to be the number of trials that we had. And this was going to be 0 through 10 is what they're actually wanting. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. X again is the number of successes. This is the number of heads because that's my successes. And this is just my probability of heads, and this is my number of trials. So this is all very important information. This is excellent. If you copied that down and actually wrote it down, that's great, okay? But it's not enough. And there needs to be a little bit more words, you know what I mean? Talk about it. What do you think about it? Why do you think that this is binomial? Again, I said it was heads, tails, right? True, false, yes, no, success, failure, right? So that's a good thing. And then just kind of go through a little bit of like, just read it. I'm going to have you be a human and give me some human answers. Is that cool? Can't give you the answer, but this is definitely a great start, okay? That's like a lot of the good math there. Cool? So I've given you like a good heads up there. Now you just kind of go a little bit further than that. And one other thing, I'm just going to be like, you know, one of those teachers. I know, got some of these weird teachers out there. Give it a little bit different wording or format than this. You know what I mean? I feel like giving you the answer. One time I was doing an intro to engineering class, and someone didn't know how to do a research paper. And I said, well, just go to Wikipedia and like copy paste. And they literally did that. And I was like, no. You can't literally copy paste.